It's as easy as pie! Hey friend, welcome to Chrysalis Chats. My name is Tanya, and like a caterpillar to a butterfly, I help people metamorphosize their diets and lifestyles to be plant-based. Today, as you might have guessed, we are talking about pie, how to make this amazing vegan pumpkin pie that I hold in my hands. It is so good and yummy. By the end of this video, you're going to have my top 5 reasons why I love this recipe by the Minimalist Baker. And we're also going to go through how I made the pie with a couple photos to make sure that you feel confident to make it. Number 1, why is this pie so amazing? It's amazing because it's delicious. Number 2, it's nutritious. Okay. Number 3, it's so easy. Easiest pie to make it. Number 4, it has a lot of fiber in it. And number 5, it has a lot of plant pigments in it, aka anthocyanins, okay? And if you thought that you wouldn't see somebody at the beach with a pie in their hands ever in your life, then you, my friend, were mistaken. So let's get into more details about why this pie is so amazing. Well, as I said, it is tasty and it is delicious. I think those go without saying, okay? But why is it nutritious? Well, it's nutritious because this recipe by the Minimalist Baker, it actually has hardly any sugar in it. I think for 2 pies, it was like half a cup of sugar. So like a quarter of a cup of sugar each pie, that's nothing. The other sweetener in here is, of course, maple syrup. And then on top of that, just to make it extra sweet, there's just the pumpkin of it all, right? Because pumpkin by itself, a good quality pie pumpkin will be kind of sweet by itself, okay? So it's nutritious because there's hardly any sugar in this. And it's also, it has a lot of fiber in this pie. So when you're eating it, think about, stimulating your digestive system in a calm way that's not gonna like freak you out and make you have diarrhea or anything. But it's like there's a lot of fiber in this. So it's gonna help you move your digestive system along, and you're eating a dessert at the same time. Is this a win-win or is it a win-win? The next reason why I feel it's a really nutritious pie is because it has a lot of vitamin A in it, because of whatever you see that is a plant that has that awesome orange color, it actually means it has a lot of vitamin A in it. So that's really good for your eyes and your skin, okay, among other things. So many things I'm sure that vitamin A helps, okay? Another thing about this that I like is that you can use whatever kind of pumpkin you want. The recipe calls for pureed pumpkin, but if you look closely at this, you can see there's like some places that are a little darker. You see those like flecks in there? I actually used several pumpkins, like 4 I think, from the farmer's market. So I actually got from my farmer, he grows these awesome Japanese pumpkins called kabocha. They're so good. You can see they look delicious, right? So good. I was eating that like as they were cooling, and before I made this into like a puree for the recipe in the blender, I just started eating some of it because it was so tasty by itself. I was impressed. So that's another reason I really like this pie. I also like this pie just because there's simple ingredients, there's like very few ingredients. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. I literally put the ingredients for the center, like the actual pie part, in a blender and hit blend. It was so easy. I mean, the most difficult part of this recipe, just to, prepare you if you're gonna make it, which I totally recommend it, is the crust, just because it is vegan and gluten-free. So you don't have a lot of gluten or glue to like stick together the crust. Something I will point out is when you're making this crust, you can use the 2 pieces of parchment paper. That's my recommendation. If you're just new to baking and you're not like trying to get like super hardcore into it, just like get your feet wet, so to speak, as inspired by the lake. But get your feet wet with it, put it in between the crust, in between 2 pieces of wax paper or parchment paper, just so that when you roll it, not only will it not stick to your roller or the counter, but it won't fall apart as much, because something about the paper there helps it just kind of like, stabilize. So I would recommend that. However, I had several pieces break because I didn't have any parchment paper or wax paper. I actually ran out and didn't realize it. So I just actually pressed those pieces that broke off, just like the Minimalist Baker recipe suggests, into the other pie crust. So I literally just kind of smooshed it in the pan and filled in the gaps with all the pieces that broke off, and it worked out amazingly. Like, I can take this out of when you cut into this, even though this is a gluten-free crust that you see, you're going to be able to lift it out and everything just like a regular piece of pie that you wouldn't, it wouldn't break. It wouldn't break as you were doing that. So Friends, that's why I love this pie just so much. It's really tasty. You can feed this to any non-vegan and they wouldn't even know that it's not animal products in here. Like, it's really delicious. It's super wholesome. It's very clean, and it's just like happy autumn, you know, like happy autumn to everybody watching this. I'm so happy that it's my favorite season officially, and pie is just such a good way to ring it in, you know. So in addition to the, you know, all this stuff about the pie, I just want to suggest to you who's watching this right now that you take a couple minutes, make yourself, for you, if nobody else, make this pie or another pie that is vegan and awesome for you, because you deserve it. This is a really important time in our lives for self-care. There's a lot going on out here, okay? So give yourself the love, make a pie for yourself, make a pie for a friend, whatever, okay? And I hope that you really enjoy it. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, give your girl some love, and also put a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed, and in the comment, tell us what your favorite pie is, and if you plan on making this easy peasy recipe, which will be linked, of course, in the comments down below. With that said, my friend, whether you're a tiny little caterpillar just starting off like, where are the leaves at? Or a full-fledged butterfly sipping the nectar of a plant-based diet, you, my friend, are awesome. Have a blessed day and a very happy autumn season.